What's going on, guys? How are we doing today? Today's video, I wanted to talk about fleet ships, the whole ordeal. So today we just got some new ships. Let's go check them out. These are actually some of the most, in my opinion, right now, they could possibly be the most important ships to get. And I'll tell you why down the line in the video. But we got this new Thai, I think, how do you pronounce this? Is Echelon. And then we got the MG100 Star Fortress SF-17. So the pilots, let's go over the pilots really fast. We got Resistance Trooper here, and we got Rose Tico here. So just like right off the bat, compare this to the Echelon, this one's already better because there's only one pilot. And I also very much believe that this is an all-around better ship right here for the First Order than this one is for the Resistance. So, some cool stuff here. Also, we're going to get this new Interceptor, getting this one unlocked next Conquest, whenever that is, in the next couple of weeks. It's when it probably starts again for Conquest, so probably next month, we'll see some more people unlocking this ship. But, you know, it's a good spot for fleet, or it will be. Right now, we don't have everybody in the game that has access to these ships and this fleet. But I believe in the next, let's say, 2, 3, 4 months down the line, fleet will be in a very different spot. I think it'll be in probably the best spot it has ever been in. Because if you think about it this way, guys, we've gone years. It really has been years within this First Order and Resistance faction where we have not had that tank. This Finalizer is a great top tier. In my opinion, it's been a top tier capital ship. And, you know, it's been able to kill, not like every single time and not very consistently, those negotiators, but like it is right, it's so close to hitting that threshold. And I feel like these tanks make it so they're on the exact same level of play, maybe even in some circumstances that much better. But yeah, I mean, this is crazy for these two tags, or these two factions, right? And then of course we have the Resistance team. I mean, I always said that, you know, if both of them got a tank, I would say Radis is better. But now seeing that we got this guy out in the game, I just don't think it's like all that mind-boggling. Looking at some of the kits here in a second, I don't want to spend the entire video looking at kits, guys, but I just want to show you some key parts to them. And some things, you know, I feel like are good, and some things I'm like, okay, cool, like who cares? So one thing here, the target lock, it does play in part with the Race Falcon. So I would assume that you're going to be seeing this one in the starting 3 lineup, and then seeing the Race Falcon still as a starting, or not starting, as a reinforcement rather. So you got, you know, Poe, pretty much in this little video here, or the clip here, you got this new ship here, the Star Fortress, and you got X-Wing and X-Wing there, and then the Falcon will be that reinforcement. I think that's probably the best way to go about it for the time being. But I mean, you get some more assists here in both these different tanks for the Thai Echelon and this one. I sure hope I'm saying that right, by the way. But they're both taunts, they're both tanks, but they have a lot to do with assisting. And I think that's the coolest part of this, is that the extra assists are pretty clutch. And you get some more dispelling here, and you know, all that cool stuff. This is the one where they do taunt for 2 turns, and then they call other Resistance allies to assist. Not bad, not bad. I mean, the reinforcement's decent, but I feel like it's just as good because you don't have to have it as reinforcement to still get those bonuses of the sweet spot. Pretty much, it says here, where does it say it? Let's see here. So a lot of taunting with deflector shields, but I'm trying to read the one part that I was wanting to bring up. Here it is, the very bottom. Whenever Resistance ally deals damage to an enemy, they inflict, or rather they apply a stack of the sweet spot until the end of the encounter or the Star Fortress is fused. So that's the thing right there. You get the extra bonuses based off the sweet spot, so that's why you don't really need to have sweet spot on as a reinforcement. Anyways, it's a good ship. I just don't think it's like that mind-blowing, but I feel like the Thai one is. I gotta admit. And I'll tell you why. Because, you know, gotta keep in mind not just this particular ship and just how it plays within itself, but like also how it plays within the entire team. For the First Order, I would say the First Order has always been a pretty, I don't know, maybe a little bit higher, a little bit, you know, top tier in comparison to the Resistance. It has that little bit of edge to the First Order fleet over the Resistance because of the extra damage that Silencer can do. And I feel like since this new ship will be in the game, you know, beforehand when it was not in the game, like the years we've had it, the whole fleet has been played around just the TIE Silencer, and it's hard to get that, you know, that train going, or not the train, but the offense ramping, having him do those big hits like the 200k plus crits. But in this, it's almost going to be like, we haven't really played with it much, but on paper, it sounds like you're going to be guaranteeing yourself that extra offense stacking and getting those extra turns in the Silencer a lot more often to do that damage, not only quicker, but probably even that much more damage than we've seen in the past. And that's huge. Also, meanwhile, protecting that Silencer with a taunt, which is huge. So that's like part of the reason why I feel like this is a bit better, because it has a lot more offensive capabilities. So anyways, let's read it a little bit. Pretty much this one's awesome because it has a lot of assists, even that much more than the Star Fortress with the Resistance fleet. So it says on a target lock, if you hit somebody on a basic that has a target lock, it calls all other First Order allies with advantage to assist. And they gain advantage again for 1 turn. So this is pretty crazy. I think this is one basic that we're going to be probably using a lot more, if I were to guess, than over like a special. But guess what? There only is 2 abilities here for this ship. Another reason why I am such a big fan of it. I don't know. I just love the really simple kits. And I feel like this is all a ship like this needed anyways. So the first special and the only special is a cooldown of 4. And it says the TIE Echelon gains 30% protection up for 2 turns. And then all other First Order allies gain half that amount. But then it says here, they also calls all First Order allies to assist, dealing 50% less damage, and they gain stealth for 2 turns. So, right here, let's just kind of read the unique, because I think the unique is the best part to this kit. Okay, so it says here, the final text is, at the start of each First Order ally's turn, the TIE Echelon gains 2% defense, max health, and max protection, stacking for each stealth First Order ally. Okay, stop right there. Let's go back up to the hardware, which is the reinforcement. And it says when you enter the battle, the TIE Echelon gains 30% protection up for 2 turns. And then it also says all other First Order allies gain stealth for 1 turn. And then it says for the rest of the encounter, whenever a First Order ally's stealth expires, this ship gains taunt for 1 turn. I think that's the reason why you want to have this guy as the first reinforcement, because of that right there, okay? You want to make sure that he can get in on the playing field to get that taunt rolling whenever a stealth expires. That's a very, very big part to this kit. I feel like you don't have that taunt without that reinforcement. That's a pretty crucial part to it. But then we come back down here to the rest of the unique. It says if this is the only ally ship not stealth, and there is at least 1 more that is stealthed, then it can't be critically hit. That's a pretty cool thing there actually as well. But you know, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of versatility here in this fleet. I know I just said it's probably going to be the go-to first reinforcement, but I can also see a lineup with this ship, with the Silencer, with the shuttle, and then the reinforcement being that Scimitar with even that much more stealth. And then also I can see even some stuff with having him be the reinforcement, like I just said. A lot of different things here. That's why I like this one a little bit more. A lot more assists, and I feel like this one will just do a lot more damage and really helping the Silencer get the damage out, because at the end of the day, the offense is really just from that one ship. As much as I hate it, it just is the case, right? But that's besides the point. The point is that we're getting some new ships here, which is awesome for the game. And I just feel like these are some really awesome ships. I just am really excited for this this new. I mean, in my opinion, they're gonna be completely new fleets, and it's exciting because in GAC, all we ever see, guys, is maybe 2, possibly 3, if you do see those other fleets. In terms of defenses, we only ever see Executor. And then we see the the Negotiator, and then also either the Chimera or the Executrix. Those are like the 4 ones I always see on defense. I never have seen Malevolence anymore. No Akbars, no Radis, Endurance, Finalizer. The list goes on and on. I never see those. It's just very basic and very, honestly, quite bland, okay? And I feel like this is one thing that we're going to have a little bit more spice to, a little bit more flavor to in GACs and even TWs. So I'm very excited. I would even say I'm a bit more excited about this new Interceptor. But then again, I would have to farm up this new Inquisitor. I don't really have any farming materials to get her, 7-star at the moment. She's going to be farmable in the future, but right now I don't have her. That's why I'm a bit more leaning towards the Echelon, because it's only one officer for the crew, which is awesome. Anyways, very excited. I think it's going to prove to be a very fun time in Fleet. Probably not in like the Fleet Arena, but at least in GA. I think that's going to be the coolest thing about these 3 new ships. Most importantly, we're just going to be talking really about in this video those ones for the Resistance and also for the First Order. But, we'll have to see. I definitely see some viability here on the offenses. Again, I doubt we're going to be really having any one-shots of any of these fleets, whether it's with the Interceptor, the Star Fortress, or the Echelon, helping any of those current fleets out in one-shotting an Executor. But what I can see is reliably two-shotting one of those every single time in GAC. But again, if we see that, then people will probably just go ahead and keeping their own Executor for a mirror match, one-shotting that, and then not having to worry about anything else, and they win in Fleet, right? So we're going to have to see. We're going to have to wait and see on here to see what these ships could do. But again, I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are somewhat excited. These guys are going to be farmable, I think, sometime soon. I did not read the post as to where they're going to be farmable, but I would like to assume they're going to be on nodes sometime in the near future. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out and watching. If you guys have any other ideas for videos you'd like me to go cover, or any different requests, let me know, guys. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I will see you later. Peace out and have a good one. Bye, guys.